What is up, crypto junkies? Welcome to another video. It's been a while since I shot a video on the channel, I'll admit, but there's something here. We're gonna get into a rant. There's something here that I think is really important, and a lot of people in crypto don't really either realize these things, or they don't think they're gonna matter, and maybe they don't care, or again, like they just think it's some variation of this doesn't really affect me, I don't really care, right? Or maybe even they want to stay out of politics completely. But this, I didn't even know about this whole organization or this whole blockchain association, and still I'm kind of coming in blind, but that doesn't really affect what we're going to talk about here today. What we're going to talk about here today, and this is the most important thing, one of the most, that crypto could be talking about right now, and that is gatekeepers. There's gatekeepers in every single industry. There's gatekeepers in every single market, and we always, all of us, like, we're all here because we love crypto. We love the opportunity. We love what it represents. Maybe we're in it for the tech. Maybe we're in it for the money. Maybe we're in it for the freedom, sovereignty, whatever. You always have to be on the lookout for gatekeepers. And this smells like gatekeeper all over it, like with capital letters screaming at you. I don't know who this Kim is either. Is this Kim? KM? Who cares? Fuck these people. Kristen. They're basically DC Swamp that, again, is attempting to represent people. We've seen this go terribly wrong. DC trying to represent people that are, that aren't being represented well, or people that have, been suppressed or oppressed or whatever the fuck, right? We see the DC Swamp always trying to raise their hand and say, oh yeah, we'll speak on your behalf. Like, who the fuck invited you in here, bro? And Blockchain Association has been around for 2 years, of course, because just like how they seed news stories so that 6 months, 12 months later they can point back at it and say, see, we told you, they do the same shit with this, with these pseudo organizations, a unified voice for the blockchain industry. Nobody asked you, though, and like, nobody's giving you this right to speak on behalf of crypto. Nobody gives a fuck. That's why I'm like blown away by stuff like this, and it's like, how many people will get behind this is mind-blowing. Like, why would you get behind this? And so here's the article by, I'm assuming she's an editor. Yeah, Kristen Smith. She's an editor, and of course part of the association. She's the executive director. Who cares, man? I don't know who any of these people are. There's so many fakers in crypto now. There's so many people who have like slipped in and like tried to meme their way into people liking them and being accepted in this community so that they can hold power and they can yield authority. And if you can't realize this, then you're missing the boat here. So basically what they're saying is, we can come together and achieve more only if our industry is willing to unite and work with the government. Fuck you. How's that? Like, don't have to work with the government at all. If Bitcoin and Satoshi wanted to work with the government, he would have. But the storyline goes that he saw what happened in 2009 and was completely fucking disgusted with the monetary policy and decided to make something different. So, like, who's listening to this? I guess is like where I'm coming from. And this is all just off the hip. Like, I haven't researched Blockchain Association. Maybe shame on me, maybe not. I don't really care, though. I don't really care to research them because I already know what the game is. You see, when you see this happening in so many areas, and we see this happening in so many markets right now, from the hijacking of BLM, which was a great movement to start with, but now it's not, and all these different things, like the Democratic party we've seen taken over, and that's all political stuff. But you see this NBA's been taken over, NHL, NFL, sports has been taken over. Everything is being hijacked and taken over. And then before you know it, it's just this rotten shell of what it used to be with like this different controller behind it. The crab has left the shell, and there's something else in the crab shell that's trying to pretend is the crab still. That's what this shit is. And if we don't start calling this out for what it is, and having unity from our own perspective without trying to, like, who the fuck asked these people to speak on crypto's behalf? Nobody. They just decided to do it themselves. And that goes against everything that crypto was created for. Crypto itself, you could argue, had a strong stance against Washington, D.C. and these political elites that live in this little bubble and think that they understand the world when they fucking don't, dude. If these people would have understood crypto, they would just be in it. They would be in it. but they're not. They came in with nefarious purposes and reasons, and now they've kind of coasted their way through and gained this authority because nobody's around to stop them, and they're trying to speak on your behalf now. Like, so I guess where I'll leave it is this, is maybe my rant's completely wrong, maybe you don't agree, it's all good. That's why we're here, right? If you're going to let these people speak on your behalf, then you better do a deep fucking dive into this whole association, Kristen, and what the fuck they stand for, and what they've done in their lives, and who they've been, and where their morals and values lie. Because if you're going to allow these people to speak for you, then you need to be knowing what you're up against, and really who it is, right? But I thought this was really, really interesting. Like, you can ban, in my mind and in my eyes, you can ban crypto all fucking day in America. It's not going to stop people from doing it, and it's not going to stop the power. It's not going to stop why it was created. That would literally just be jealousy over this, this asset class that you don't understand and you don't really want to understand. So, and you're not willing to give it a pass, which we've already seen. They're most likely willing to give it a pass, but instead you're trying to control it. And that is the funny part of all this, is it was created to eliminate that control. Nobody controls it. There is no CEO. There is no voice of Bitcoin. There is nobody who you call the Bitcoin office and talk to them to get a refund because you sent it to the wrong address. It is, it's its own thing. And it doesn't even need me talking about this. And this is something that, Bitcoin maximalists still don't really understand this. Bitcoin doesn't give a fuck about any of us equally and indifferently. It's indifferent towards everything. It doesn't even need me talking about it right now. It doesn't need anyone standing up for it. It doesn't need anyone trying to say, hey, we need to come together with government. It does not care. It is ones and zeros that does its job. Leave it the fuck alone. That's it. That's it. Like, nothing more needs to be said. Nothing more needs to be done. Just leave it the fuck alone. Right? So anyways, interesting story. But this is a direction that I see, and this is something that I'm tracking and keeping track of because we've got this big digital push coming. And it's not a coincidence to me that right as we start to see the EU, the United States, and all these other bodies coming together and saying, okay, hey, there's this place for digital currency. You got the FedNow program coming out that's going to literally be a digital currency or a DLT of some sort. And now they're saying we need to, we need to create more regulation around stable coins and, merge these things together. You've got our heroes, our voice of reason, trying to appeal to the crypto community that we need to sit down and invite in regulation. No, I don't fucking think so. This is laughable, but hopefully you feel the same. If not, tell me your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Yeah, that's all I got for you today, bros. Like the video if you like it, downvote it if you don't, comment below, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Be on the lookout. We will be launching more videos on this channel soon.